to failure. No mercy, no savior.
You've been told to train to failure, but what if you're failing the wrong muscle? What if your triceps fail before your chest, your biceps fail before your lats, your hips and supporting muscles fail before your quads? Then the muscle you're actually trying to build never reaches its true limit. That might be one of the biggest reasons your progress has stalled. Then I'm going to show you the pre-exhaust superset strategy Mike Mentzer introduced me 2 years ago, and how I refined it over the years and decades of training. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal an advanced upper back sequence, superset, almost nobody ever uses.
High intensity to the bone.
Years ago, my chest was one of my weakest body parts. Pressed heavier, I did more sets, nothing worked. I realized the muscle I wanted to grow wasn't always the muscle reaching failure. Let's start with one of the most common weak body parts in bodybuilding, the chest. Most people assume they're training their chest to failure when they perform presses, but very often it's the triceps that fails first. The chest still has more to give, but the set ends because the assisting muscles give out. This is where pre-exhaust training becomes valuable. The first exercise is the pec deck. The goal is to directly fatigue the chest before moving on to a compound movement. Not 30 seconds later, not a minute later, immediately. Now we move into the press. The triceps are still involved, but the chest is already working from a weakened state. The result is a much deeper level of chest stimulation than many people experience from pressing alone. This was one of the techniques that completely changed the way I looked at chest training altogether. Now let's apply the same principle to quadriceps training. Most people believe they failed on the leg press because their quads are exhausted. Well, sometimes that's true, but many times it's something else. Breathing, discomfort, hip fatigue, mental fatigue. Something gives out before the quads become the true limiting factor. So, we pre-fatigue the quads first. The leg extension allows us to directly target a muscle we're trying to develop. Then we move immediately into the leg press. Now, the quadriceps are already under stress before the compound movement even begins. This helps force the target muscle to become the limiting factor. And that's the entire purpose of pre-exhaust training. Pull over to reverse grip lat pull down. This is one of my favorite combinations for lat development. The pullovers allow us to heavily involve the lats while minimizing the role of the biceps. The lats are doing the majority of the work. We create fatigue first, then we immediately move into the lat pull down. Now the lats are already working from a weakened state. The biceps still assist, but they can no longer dominate the movement as easily. The lats are forced to work harder. Again, the goal isn't more exercises. The goal is making sure the target muscle receives the majority of the stress. Now here's where the majority of people completely destroy the effectiveness of a superset. The transition. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe 15 at the most. The entire purpose of a pre-exhaust superset is to carry local muscular fatigue directly into the next exercise. If you spend 30 seconds walking across the gym, looking for equipment, checking your phone, talking to somebody, you've already lost much of the effect. The best superset isn't necessarily the best combination of exercises. It's the combination you can perform with almost no transition time. Because if the transition falls apart, the superset falls apart. See, modern gyms, they create a challenge. Machines are totally spread out. Equipment is occupied. People sit on stations forever. And the best superset is often the one you can perform with almost no transition time. So, with that being said, logistics matter. Advanced bonus reveal, the MRO. Now let's get to the advanced technique I promised earlier. This is something I've developed through years of experimentation for upper back thickness. The first movement is designed to fatigue the traps, rhomboids, and upper back musculature. The goal is to create localized fatigue in the exact area we're trying to develop. Once that fatigue is established, we immediately transition into a pulling movement with a hard contraction. Now those upper back muscles are already working from a weakened state, so the second movement forces them into an even deeper contraction. This is not a beginner technique. This is an advanced application of the same pre-exhaustion principle you've seen throughout this entire video. Different exercises, same philosophy. Make the target muscle become the limiting factor, because where the target muscle fails first, that's when growth has the greatest opportunity to occur. No, not everybody needs supersets. If you're progressing, keep progressing. But if you have a stubborn body part, pre-exhaust may be exactly what you're missing. Remember this, the goal isn't simply to train to failure, the goal is to make sure the target muscle is the muscle that fails first. Yeah, and before someone mentions it, no, I was not taking this demonstration to failure. It was just a demonstration for tonight. I'm still recovering from my own training all week, so this was just an illustration workout, guys, so there you go. Besides, if I trained to absolute failure on every exercise tonight, tomorrow's video would have probably been filmed on my couch. So train hard, train intelligently, and I'll see you in the next HITX episode.
One set to failure.
And I see you.
No mercy, no savior. Breakdown to grow. You earn it alone. No volume, no lies, just force. Apply.